17 to become a public figure. How ready was Kate Moss when Calvin Klein made her an icon overnight?
The 80s were over, and the 90s, to me, represented something different, something more natural, something less flashy. And Patrick Dumarchier, knowing what I was looking for in print, said this young thing just walked into his studio, took some pictures, and he knew that this is what I wanted.
For like 2 years, I did like go-sees and worked for no money. I was always borrowing money off my mum. She was beginning to get fed up with it and started telling me to get a job, proper job and stuff like that when I started to work, so. It's just as well I kind of stuck at it and didn't take her advice.
Kate has that quality of child-woman thing, which touches a nerve with men, especially. That's always on the edge a little bit, and you hope to do something that stimulates people, that stimulates their imagination, and that gets noticed.
Don't you think modelling is a terrifying process, that it's like being thrust into the deep end of life? Suddenly your whole universe is happening from every angle, and you've got to cope. It's one of survival. It's a serious test of survival, isn't it?
Yeah, well, travelling on your own and stuff when you're like 16, and moving and living in a different country without all your friends and your family and stuff around, that's kind of difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
Courage.
Courage.
How do you deal with
Takes courage.
how do you deal with your fame and loss of privacy? Is it a huge deal, or do you get along fine with it?
I kind of, the press bothers me.
Press?
Yeah, the tabloids, like the gossip, and people believe it, and half of it's never true, and you know, that kind of stuff. You know, when you work, they're there, so. No, sorry. And they write anything about you anyway, even if you don't do anything.
I ran Excuse me, you can't. They can't be called my
It never occurred to me that anyone would scream about anorexia. I mean, I never thought about it. She is thin, but she's natural. This is who she is, and yes, she's thin, and models should be thin. Their clothes just look better on people who are thin, and certainly photograph better. But there's nothing artificial about her. There's nothing fake.
How do you experience being a sex symbol?
I don't think about it.
But you
You're
don't.
a sex symbol.
Hardly.
Kind of.
Hardly.
I don't think about it. Am I a sex symbol?
Oh,
Probably might be.
No, it could be. I
Could be
suppose.
like you.
Maybe.
Maybe like.
Maybe like.
Yeah, alright.
I don't know.
I've watched Kate, and I've watched this thing happen with Kate Moss. It became especially obvious to me how quickly a star is born.
This week, is it hard work as well?
Yeah, it's hard work.
Are you on the catwalk?
Yeah, of course.
Are you crazy?
I've got a sort of that house. I'm quite sure, yeah.
Are you backing some of the young designers coming out for their first catwalk shows?
Yeah.
Who's will you be in for that?
Matthew Williams, and there's a few more.
Who's designing your job?
This is Coach Riviera.
Do you pack up all your friends as well?
Good afternoon, your time. My name is Ben Chu from the firm of Brown Rudnick. Would you please state your full name for the record?
Kate Moss.
Ms. Moss, where do you reside?
London, England.
From where are you testifying today, Ms. Moss?
Gloucestershire, England.
Ms. Moss, do you know Johnny Depp?
Yes, I do.
How do you know Mr. Depp?
I had a relationship with him.
Did there come a time when you and Mr. Depp had a romantic relationship?
Yes.
For how long, Ms. Moss, were you and Mr. Depp a romantic couple?
From 1993 1994 to 1998.
Ms. Moss, did there come a time when you, while you and Mr. Depp were a couple, that the two of you took a vacation together to the Golden Eye Resort in Jamaica?
Yes.
What, if anything, happened when you were in Jamaica with Mr. Depp?
We were leaving the room, and Johnny left the room before I did, and there had been a rainstorm, and as I left the room, I slid down the stairs, and I hurt my back.
How did you...
And
I apologize, Ms. Moss. Please continue.
And I screamed because I was because I didn't know what had happened to me, and I was in pain, and he came running back to help me and carried me to my room and got me medical attention.
Did Mr. Depp push you in any way down the stairs?
No.
During the course of your relationship, did he ever push you down any stairs?
No, he never pushed me, kicked me, or threw me down any stairs.
Ms. Moss, have you ever before today testified in any kind of court proceeding?
No, I have never.
Why did you decide to testify today?
Objection, Your Honor.
All right.
That's beyond the scope of what we just talked about.
All right. I'll sustain the objection.
Thank you, Ms. Moss. We have nothing further at this time. We greatly appreciate your taking the time to testify.
All right. Any cross-examination?
No, Your Honor.
All right.
You realised that your height wasn't going to stand in the way of your success?
When I started doing shows, because of course everyone's taller, but they still aren't used to the runway. So that was when I realised if I can do runway, then I can with tall girls. Then I think it's safe. You know. Oh, there I am. Yes. Just went. Thank you. I didn't really have a dream and go, oh, I want to be a star, I want to be, or famous or a big model or anything. Everything just kind of rolled along, and then all of a sudden I realised.
What's your all-time favourite cover featuring yourself? That's when you and Alex and
Probably now, I do it now, it's the face cover. Or the Vogue one that I did with Nick.
Which one's that?
I don't know which one.
The one,
the one where,
yeah,
that one it had to have.
That's Vogue June 1997.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Same one.
and I think being versatile is what makes a good model. There, the camera.
Which photographer do you most like working with and why?
Oh, Nick Knight's best. No.
Frank
who?
Sinatra.
Who?
Sinatra.
Oh yeah, Frank Sinatra. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he was really attractive. Who else?
Which makeup product could you not live without? Assuming that you couldn't live without it.
Black eyeliner. Always.
You only wear 3 designers for the rest of your life. Which would they be?
John Galliano, Alexander McQueen.
I'm glad you've said that.
Why?
Wait and see.
And
Balenciaga, Stella.
Stella in there.
Tom Tesh says you're clearly a woman with a strong sense of style. Would you ever consider becoming a fashion editor? He said actually in his message, he said like Grace Collins.
Well, no, I have thought about it. But yeah, maybe later. Yeah, no, I do love clothes. It's much harder than you think.
Yeah.
It's like looking at that, but actually knowing.
Sorry, the
Yeah.